Are we live? Are we live? Check 1 2, check 1 2. I think I got the mic, everything set up already. Waiting for people to jump on. See, baby girl Wendy, the general, first and last out. Yeah, all right. Thanks so much. Right now, no one's watching. Okay, got 2 people jumped on. Wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. I'm watching the game right now. It's gotten good. Argentina won. Cabo won, so they're tied up at 70 minutes. There's extra time if they tie up all the way to the end. Messi's been close to scoring a second goal, so we'll see what happens. He scored the first. Messi's a monster, man. Messi's a monster. Hey, what's up, Taco? Staying at work listening? All right, brother. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you, baby girl Wendy, Miss Yaya. Nice to see you. Salute to you. Salute to you, Kelly Big Dog. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for being here. Heading to the store, but listening in. All right, Miss Yaya. Thanks so much. Thank you for that. That's right, Kelly Big Dog. Right now, I'm working. I'm saving a video, which I'm going to load later. So yeah, but it's flagrant Friday, flagrant Friday. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas on a flagrant Friday. What's up, man? Hey, man, Mr. Oxnard, nice to see you. Kelly Big Dog, Taco Stain. That's right, Mr. Oxnard. Okay, I see you, Felipe. Hey, thanks for the happy Friday, man. Hey, it's a long weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend. Shout out to everybody that's chilling today. Um, and if you're gonna be I think I'm gonna be grilling tomorrow. I'm gonna celebrate the fourth because I have it off. So, I mean, that's tomorrow, right? So, I'm gonna celebrate it. I'll probably go buy me some meat, some choice cuts tomorrow. People don't sell. Obviously, we don't celebrate the July 4th down here, so But I'm going to. If you guys do, I'm going to do it too. Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, my boy? Just stopping by to show my support. Getting loaded in Kentucky. All right, bro. Hey, stay safe out there, bro. Stay safe on them streets. That's right, Mr. Oxnard. Hugo Torres. Saludos, Frank, and everyone on the chat. Happy Friday to all. Hey, happy Friday to every single one of you. That's right, Kelly Big Dog. That's right, Felipe. Is a bummer. Is he, bro? Is he? I don't know, man. Yeah, Hey, bro, it's crazy. Sending my respects to everyone in the chat. That's right, Taco. That's right. Yeah, man. Hey, Frank Ticas talking papas. Frank Ticas dropping knowledge talking papas. This is a flagrant Friday. Flagrant. What is flagrant, man? It's when you do something that's out of bounds, that requires the maximum penalty. That's what it is. That's what it means. Oh man, yeah, that goalie for Cabo is good, man. It's fucking good. But I still want Argentina to win. What's up, Mr. Oxnard? Thank you, brother. That's right. Shout out to you. Saludos, Christopher. Christopher's in the house. That's right, Taco Sting. Hey, man. So flagrant. Some people do shit that's out of bounds. You do shit that's out of bounds. The do's and the don'ts. You have to know the do's and the don'ts. And I think that it's imperative and it's important that people understand that the do's and the don'ts don't really change much regardless of where you are in life, what we're talking about. Usually the do's is to have some fucking common sense, right? You that's something that you do need to have. That's a do, right? Have some fucking common sense. Straight up, have some common sense. Let's see if Felipe was flagrant, so I gave him a flagrant penalty. Hey, man, listen, we're going to get to that, Kelly Big Dog. Today, we're going to talk about do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts, right? Frank Tica's dropping knowledge. A little bit of a message, a little bit of knowledge. Hoping everyone's having a fantastic long weekend. Today's Friday. I'm off for the rest of the weekend. If you didn't work today, hey, man, happy for you. Happy that you got some rest. Mr. Ogner, I said mine. Hugo Torres, that's right. Yeah, man. So when we are growing up, we are taught the do's and the don'ts. The do's and the don'ts. And the primary do's and don'ts that we're going to carry on through life are usually the ones that were taught first at home. So, like the most valuable do's and don'ts, and we're going to talk about this. I'm going to expand on this. Today, I'm not going to share a video. I'm just going to talk. I've gotten too many fucking copyright strikes lately. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe. Right now, I'm watching the Argentina. Um, I don't know what the name in English is of the other country. My bad. Let me look it up, man. Let me look it up because it's a very good game. They're tied up right now. They're tied up. They blocked like 3 goals. Messi couldn't make. He's only made 1 goal. They blocked like 2. Cabo Verde, Cabo Verde. All right, that's right. Hey, everybody's working for the weekend. Taco saying some people are. I'm gonna rest, but I know that some people work and some people are actually having a long weekend. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everyone that's watching, everyone that's on the chat. Thank you so much. I got 7 people watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. Okay. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas on a flagrant Friday. Some people do flagrant shit. I mean, what is flagrant? Man, going through puberty at 40, at 49. What is flagrant? That's right, Miss Yaya Semines. You guys know that. I mean, a flagrant foul is like a straight up, like, righteous tackle. Like, if we're talking about football, it's one of those tackles that can injure someone. You know what I mean? That's uncalled for. That's a flagrant foul, or an elbow to the face when they're playing basketball or even soccer. Because in soccer they won't throw a flag, but they'll bust out with a red card. So it's usually red in color, like the flagrant fouls when they throw the flag on the field. That's right. That's right. Hey, red card. Hey, thank you so much, Christopher. Shout out to you, man. I don't know how these jewels and things work, but thank you so much for your support. Hey, what's up, Mag? Nice to see you. Ticas in chat. Hey, man. I know you guys are ready. I know you guys are ready. That's right, Ms. Yaya. Saludos to Chris. Thank you, Chris, man. Stay safe out there. I know you're weighing in, so, you know, Taco, that's right. Anyways, if you're playing a sport and you cause almost injury in a foul, that's a flagrant foul. It's something that's out of bounds. It's a dangerous play. And there are people out here living life like if they can just fucking get away with doing that shit. So we got to talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts. And as I was saying at the very beginning, the righteous do's and don'ts that will stick with us for life, for life, are the ones we learn at home. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Need to check something. All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. Let me continue. Let me continue. Yeah. So the do's and don'ts that we get at home. That's why I can't stress enough how important it is for us as parents to take part in what our kids are doing, to have conversations with them. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be able to do that. Like, we have to be able to raise our kids. We can't expect for like money to replace shit, like material gifts, objects. That's not going to replace it. Or having them like with the best babysitter, or having them with your grandma. You know what I mean, all the time. Like someone actually raising your kid. And I know it's hard, man, because usually both parents work. Hey, Christopher, shout out to you, man. Thanks so much, brother, for the donation, man. God bless you. May God multiply it 1,000-fold with good work with, good health. Hopefully your machine operates at full capacity and is never runs down, that you're able to make it safely to and from work, see your family, spend time with them, man. I pray for that for you, man. And shout out to everybody that supports the channel, that subscribes to my channel, that hits the like, watches what I do. I truly appreciate it. You guys motivate me, to keep doing it, just to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. It don't stop. As a matter of fact, like I said, right now, I'm saving a video. But hey, man, everybody give a shout out to Chris, man. Thank you so much, Chris. We know that if you could, you'd be with us every day. But hey, you work, bro, and you provide a valuable service, man. To be able to get goods across America is, you know it's priceless, bro. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. Yeah, man, the do's and don'ts. So, the do's and don'ts. I do want to give this a little bit of a preface, because it wasn't like an isolated thought. It wasn't something like, out of the vacuum of nothingness, right? A few days ago, like, YouTube suggests content, right? It suggests channels, whatever. And the ones that I already know that I'm not interested in, whatever, like, I'm just, I click on it on YouTube not to suggest it to me any longer. Like, I seriously don't watch a lot of shit. But I know that part of me doing like research for clips and shit, sometimes I got to open up channels. And because I open up those particular channels, it kind of links up to all of those other similar channels, right? That put out content on prisons and gangs and things like that. So that kind of happened. Oh man, Miss Yaya, God bless you, Miss Yaya. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you guys, man. I truly appreciate it, Miss Yaya. I know that you do the most. You're so invested in ladies and just what we do, man. And I just appreciate your support, your friendship, you and your family. God bless you. May God multiply it 1,000-fold all the time, Miss Yaya. I know that you're good. I know your family's good. But hey, man, guys ever want to have a conversation? You know what's up. I'm always available all the time. Yeah, El Manor, we're talking papas. We're talking papas. Hey, shout out to Miss Yaya. Shout out to Christopher for supporting the channel, and every single one of you that supports me by watching, by hitting the like, by subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Frank Ticas. Hey, what's up, Firmetube? Nice to see you. Taco Stain, ill mannered. Yeah, ill manners in the house. That's right, Miss Yaya. Who's man? Hey, Miss Yaya, did you see that troll? Hey, but he donated. He donated. That was crazy. That was crazy. Like people don't understand that we have inside jokes. Like, there's shit that we find funny because we talk about it. It's fucking inside joke shit, man. We're a fucking family. We do certain shit that you don't know it all. That's right, ill manner. Good to see you. That's right. Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna go in parts. I'm gonna go in parts. That was something else. Yeah, that was something else. People are crazy. People are crazy. But you know what? I'm going to cover some of that in my do's and don'ts. That's what today is about. Today is about Flagrant Friday. Some people be doing some flagrant ass shit that requires fucking repercussion and for you to have some kind of fucking, what is it? Payback or accountability. We have to be accountable for our actions. When we were taught the do's and don'ts as kids, that's basically what it was. You do this and it's good, you'll be rewarded. You do this and it's bad, you're going to be punished. So don't do it, right? That's the do's and don'ts. Do this, but don't do this. That's how we start off life. We start off life being taught the do's and don'ts. whether it's responsible or irresponsible parents, whether it was responsible or irresponsible custodians of the state, because some people were raised by the state. No matter how it was, they everybody and their mama taught you the do's and don'ts. Straight up. That's like I always tell people, because sometimes we get into those spiritual debates with people. I try not to get into it too much, but I'm going to give you guys a thought, an idea. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with it, right? But sometimes I'm asked, like, how, hey, Frank, the Bible says that we're born into sin, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How is that? And I'm like, the only way that I can explain that is that when you're raising kids or when you have kids around, one of the first things that you teach them is no. It's no, don't do it. Like, don't touch here, don't go over here. Like, you set the limits. You set the limits, because kids, it's not that they naturally gravitate towards danger, but because they don't have a sense of danger or risk, they can fall into a dangerous or perilous situation. You were going to tell me something? Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take care of it. All right. Yeah. My dog fucking grabbed a squirrel, and we I told her to let her go, and she let her go, but she had already fucking shooken her almost to death. She let her go, but the squirrel stayed out there for a while. I just we kept my dog away from her, and I guess she died already. Man, that was kind of, yeah. See, do's and don'ts, do's and don'ts. I don't want my dog doing that shit. Fuck, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. But anyways, I'm I'm putting a video together. It's almost loading up, and I had to do some background research. Right, I went to look at some old videos, and every time that I do that, it's like I open up the portal, like the algorithm sniffs that shit, and then it just starts suggesting me similar type of content. Well, so it suggested this video. Now, the reason why it caught my attention, this video came out like 3 or 4 days ago. Like, if you saw it and you know what I'm talking about, cool. Um, I don't really like. I'm gonna talk about it without really talking about it, like giving too much mention to the name or whatever, to the content creator. Because I don't know. I haven't really watched any videos of from this character. I've seen the name, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't want to promote or nothing, something that I don't know. But I'm just gonna talk to you guys about this video that was suggested to me. That's right, old Manor. Kelly Big Dog, good job, friend. So proud of you, cheering you up and chewing gum. Yeah, that's right. Kelly Big Dog, ill mannered, Mags. That's right. Let me just catch up with these. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. Consequences and repercussions. There you go. And accountability, right? That's the one I thought of at the moment. But yeah, consequences, repercussions, and having accountability for the things that you do. Like, when we're taught the do's and don'ts, those things like are incorporated into the fucking message, into the lesson. Like, you don't do this because this is gonna happen. If you do this, I'm gonna do this to you. Like, we were taught the do's and don'ts all throughout life. And life itself has been teaching us some do's and don'ts that maybe we weren't too aware of. You know what I mean? The game's pretty fucking good. That's right, Kelly Big Dog, Mags. That's right, Mr. Oxnard. Hey, shout out to you, Mr. Oxnard. God bless you. Rest in peace, Felipe. Yeah, you guys are funny. We're gonna talk about that, man, because I think people need to understand a few things, and we're going to cover it with the do's and don'ts, man. Hey, I got 18 people watching right now. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks to everyone that's supporting me. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ms. Yaya, for your donations. God bless you guys, man. God bless everybody out there listening in. I'm always, lifting a prayer up for all of those going through things. Only you know what you're going through, but from here, I pray that everything goes well, that you find that light, that you find that solution, that things come around. Whatever it takes, whatever you need, man, to keep moving forward. May the Lord provide. May the Lord provide it, man. And thanks to everybody supporting me. Part of what I'm talking about right now with the do's and don'ts. Let's see. You finally got the stupid updated browser to run chat and play the video. What's up, Jay Slaughter? Nice to see you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Nightmare. Thanks so much for stopping by as well, for being here. Part of learning the do's and don'ts is that you learn also the repercussions, right? What happens, the consequences, how it affects things. Like, those are the things that we learn through the do's and don'ts. So let's see, yo, it's a Tikanator tapping in from Egypt. Hey, what's up, Egyptian lover? Nice to see you, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Are you watching the game, bro? Because I'm watching the game. It's gotten pretty good. I think they're gonna go to extra time. I mean, they have 8 minutes though. They still have 8 minutes. That's right, Egyptian. But anyways, so a video was suggested, and the only reason that it caught my eye was because on the thumbnail it had like 5 faces across the thumbnail. What's up, Kelly Big Dog, brother Jay? What's good, Mr. Tikas, Frankster, and chat? Hey, what's up, Nightmare? Nice to see you, man. Jay Slaughter. Hey, free ghost. Hey, man, it's Frank Tikas dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on the Flagrant Friday. Man. We're gonna talk about the do's and don'ts. So YouTube suggested this video, right? And like I said, I had seen the content creator around. I'd seen his name around, never really watched. I think I've seen clips because of something else that happened earlier where he made mention, or someone, I think he made mention of something, and there were clips about it. But that thumbnail caught my attention, and it was, and it had like, I think 5 faces across it of content creators. That was a good kick. And it asked a question. The thumbnail asked a question. And the question was, Free Gina, that's right. Are you sure about that? He's been on several channels with me, Rick and Bambi. I don't know, Jay Slaughter. I don't know. Check the Discord, bro. That's all I can say. But anyways, so I suggested this video, and the video caught my attention because it had the faces of 5 content creators across it, and the video asked, why are they still alive? I think that's the title of the video, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, let me check it out. Free Gina, man. Because I was just looking at it. So now I wasn't gonna really say, yeah, they still alive. That's what the title of the video is. They still alive. That's all I'm gonna say. If you find it and you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Free Gina. Now look, man. So I saw part of it. I saw some of it. The discussion of that question, they still alive. It's not really a question. It was more of a statement. It doesn't have a question mark. But they still alive, right? Yeah, they're still alive. But you know what was discussed in that video? What was this? Jay Slaughter received success. Yeah. Ghost bring Argina back from the other side. Yeah. What was discussed in that video? Slaughter CBD. Yeah. Anyways, what was discussed in that video is how was it that these particular content creators, which I guess some are, considered like not in good standing, right? And hey, my video today that I'm about to load up, I'm waiting for it to save, is based on, it's my response to Rata's video. Okay, so it's already saved up. I'm about to load it to YouTube. Give me a second, because I need to charge my phone. Here we go. Let's see. Jason I poster. See, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys look into that, man. I will talk about that a little bit because I think it's necessary. We're talking about, Flagrant Fridays, man. The do's and don'ts. Frank Ticas, talking papas, man. We're gonna do this every day. Well, you know what? I'm thinking about tomorrow, because I know it's 4th of July, and people are going to be kicking it. I know some people have to work regardless. So if I do a live, I'll probably do it either early or later. I'm not sure if I do a live tomorrow, because I'm considering the fact that you guys are going to be, some of you guys are really going to be taking, the time off, being with family, whatever. Um, but anyways, so that video has the faces of these content creators and says they still alive. And then I watched the video, and it was only really like about 3 or 4 minutes. It's not a long video either, but it was really only 3 or 4 minutes of the video actually discussing that, right? Like, why are these dudes still alive? Which to me is crazy to ask. I think it's crazy to ask that. Like, I think it's crazy to even like discuss it. I mean, look, I can understand how there might be people that may feel a certain way about these people, but the only ones that should really care about it are the organizations or whoever it was that these guys, you know, turned on or incriminated and shit. Because that's really what it was. Like, the images on this thumbnail are of content creators that have basically said that they're not really in great standing. And I think that that matters to people. I guess I know it matters to people. It doesn't matter to me, and I've explained many times why that does not matter to me. Because first of all, like, who am I to like you know try to execute like something that has nothing to do with me? Like, I'm nobody, like, literally. And I don't care. I don't care if you guys clip this and you show videos of me saying I'm nobody. Like, literally, I've come out here saying I'm just Frank Dicas, man. I'm just a man that got a second chance at life. That's it. And what I've done with it is what I talk about. And part of that is the do's and don'ts. Right? Okay, that's right. And so anyways, I thought it was crazy that question was asked. Like, how are you going to ask why are these men, like, literally men that have families, that have kids? Yeah, they did whatever they did. They did whatever they did. I mean, if they've escaped the consequences, things that we're talking about, that's on them. Why is that a concern to anybody else? Now, unless you have a personal beef. Like, if you have a personal beef with someone, then I can understand that you might feel a certain way as to where maybe you want to get at them in ways that are worse than a one-on-one or an ass beating. Now, I don't condone that, but I know that there are people that might have or harbor those types of sentiments towards someone on YouTube. Okay, it's going to extra time. All right, we're at the wheel to tenure print with a cursor from. Not staying on, just stopping by to send my love. Too much pain, but I send my hey little white ferret. Shout out to you, man. My prayers to you. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel better. I hope you get better. Get some rest, recover, and then we'll keep it popping. That's right. That's right. Ferret, ferret. That's right. Mag says here, ferret. Kelly, big dog. Yeah. So now I wasn't gonna mention it. I wasn't even gonna really talk about this topic, but I saw that Slugstown. Shout out to Slugstown. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Slugs. Was one of the people that was on this thumbnail, and he made a video to it. Now, I didn't see everything that Slugs responded to, because I think that's on. I'm really not trying to know these things. Like, all this good standing stuff. Like, look, I think Slugs just is a decent person. I don't, whatever he did in his past, I would never know. Like, there's never a way in which Him and I could have any type of reasonable, like realistic relationship other than what we've already have on YouTube. So hey man, I respect his hustle. I think he's a cool dude. I would go live with him. Hey man, I have Suggs is a cool dude. I don't really care anything about his past. And that goes for everybody. That goes for everybody because I'm a firm believer in second, third, fourth, fifth opportunities. Who am I to judge you for this technical shit that I have no part of because I am not a part of anything, you know? Not at all. Why would I judge you on those grounds if I'm nobody in regards to that, you know? But I just felt that it was weird. It was a flagrant action to put out a video asking that question. Like, they're still alive? Like, what? Like, why? Like, bitch, what do you mean why? Like, what do you want? Like, what are you proposing? Like, what are you proposing? Like, what is it that you're proposing? What is it that you're suggesting? That's right. Get well, Ferret. Hey, man, keep Ferret in your prayers. Keep Ferret in your prayers. That's right, Miss Yaya, Shank. Yo, what's good? What's up, Hayes One? Chilling, man, over here talking papas on a flagrant Friday. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge live. Got my neighbor doing some work, so if you hear that static, I apologize. He's over there cutting steel and shit. He's a welder. I don't know if he's underwater. I'll go ask him though. Hey, what's up, the Hangman? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. That's right, Hayes One. Hey, Robin Niggas. Fair my prayers and love. Our prayers and love to you, Rob, as well. Hope you're recovering. You're having a speedy, full recovery. And prayers to Rob from Miss Loyalty and everybody going through it, man. Always in our prayers. And, whenever we can support, let's support. Whenever, I try to support as much as I can. I'm not a rich man. I'm not making money off it. Well, I already got a little bit of a payment from YouTube. It was less than $100, but hey, man, that's what's going to get the ball rolling. And thanks to all of you for making that happen. Thanks to all of you for making that happen because you guys subscribing, you guys allowing me to monetize, allow for me to get a little money off of YouTube. So hey, man, you don't find $80 lying on the street anymore. So hey, man, shout out to everybody. I believe it when it comes to Basement Doug. It's not so much about what he did; it's about him lying and scamming and the despicable behavior. Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna get to that, Egyptian, because that's where I'm at. That's where I Shankopotamus. Like, see, for me, it's like this, right? Like, there's no way. Oh, look, the haters are in here. Like, I will never know, and I don't ever want to find out what it's like to live with all that pressure, politic and whatever it is. I'm glad I didn't have to go through none of that shit. Does that include super chats? What do you mean? I think it does, bro. I think it does. Because I don't have ads on my screen. I don't have ads yet, Hangman, because I need to reach 1,000. Once I reach 1,000, that's when I get the ads. That's why I'm trying to get to 1,000 because I would rather monetize with ads. But for that, I would have to like take music out of a bunch of my content. Like straight, I have to fucking edit a bunch of shit. And I probably will. What's up, Terps? Saludos y respetos a todos. Saludos y respetos. That's right. That's right, Terps. Shanka, pardon, Miss. That's right, Miss Yaya. That's right, Terps. Hey, hey, man. That's why I told you, man. You need to drop content, bro. You need to drop content. You know, any little bit that you can get, man, is good. And you know, that's right. Cool. Yeah, man. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. But I thought that video was a flagrant foul. That's what I think. I think it's not a good video. I mean, hey man, if that's the content dude's gonna put out, hey, put it out there. That's you, man. If you're gonna make money off it, you're gonna monetize. I'm not gonna tell another man how to run his channel. But personally, I would not get into that type of thing. And so we're talking about do's and don'ts. We're talking about do's and don'ts. I would not get into a situation where I would start wondering why is it that this person hasn't died yet? Like what kind of shit is that? I mean, that's almost the equivalent to me of when these fools wish death on people. No, that it's the equivalence, just because it's worded differently, just because it's got a different type of thumbnail, different wording. But the minute that you start questioning, like, how is this person still alive? Fuck, that's just crazy. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I've done it, but it would have to take like a real like piece of shit for me to ask that question. Like, it would have to be someone that did some of the dirtiest shit, and I don't want to mention it. If it has to do with situations where someone or disassociated, and through that disassociation, the brief, man, that's between that person and that organization. Like, man, all we can do is watch and observe. That's all. And if people make it, and if they're putting out content, let them. But man, wishing like, when are these people going to pass away? That's crazy. That's crazy. That to me is a flagrant foul. Argentina scored a goal. So it's 2-1. All right. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Let's see. I didn't know about rivalry between closet. I didn't know that existed, oh man. Feed me to Hangman. That's right, Miss Yaya Turbs. I've been using Vans for a couple of years now. Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna start doing that, Miss Yaya. What's up, Mr. Oxnard? That's right, White Eyes. You've seen you and heard your voice, right? Feed me tube. That's right. Feed me tube. Terps in the house. Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by, man. I'm talking about the do's and don'ts. I won't do that. Like and that's what I want to talk about as well. It's like these are things that, like, whatever I'm telling you is a something you shouldn't do. Do's and don'ts. I'm telling you that because I'm not going to do that shit. Like, I'm not going to do anything just to get clicks and views. And I think that it's me personally, you can think whatever you want, but do you really want to put that type of energy out there? I mean, especially because so once again, I don't know about this dude that put out that video. I don't know about him. I'm not asking about him. I particularly don't care. That's why I choose not to mention, and I've chosen, because of what I've seen, not to view any more videos of his, right? So I'm not going to find out anything more about this person. But my whole thing is, if you're putting yourself out there as someone that's questioning these things, and, we're talking about like standings and all this other stuff, like, if you are not one of them, if you have the right to judge them because you're in good standing, and you're asking these questions out there for all the world to see, like you're creating content with it, don't be surprised if someone gets at you like, hey, fool, you want to take care of one of those for us? Because it seems like you're pretty, gun ho about asking, about finding out, like, asking. Because, there's like different factions in there. So, fuck. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like what these dudes will are willing to do for content, and I don't understand it. It's just like all these weirdos that jump in here and they do like the weirdest shit for content. Weird shit. Look, once again, I have nothing against people with alternative lifestyles. But when you claim to be this, but your energy is like this, you got to ask questions. And that's why I don't take you full seriously. All you do is like trying to get, like, threaten me and do all this high power shit. Like, oh, come out here. Hey, you meet up with us. Woo, woo, woo. Come out here, meet up with me. Come to my house, blah, blah, blah. Like, why do you do all of that when you're not going to do anything? No, the reason why you're inviting people to your homes is because you know that at your house, if you call the police, that's it. The other person will get arrested. I mean, that's not hardcore. Why are you acting hardcore? Like, why are you doing that? Doesn't make sense to me. You guys act flagrantly. Like when you jump on our comment section, when you try to sneak into the live, when you try to sneak on screen, that's some flagrant shit. And that's something that I personally will not do. I won't do that shit. Fuck that. I'm about being fucking ethical and keeping my respect and doing what I gotta do. I'm always gonna defend myself. Bro said homunculus. Yeah. See, that's right. There's my Maggie. Pull up. Yeah, man. All that pull up shit, man. And then I see how they get at you, like, oh, we're gonna take the rest, man. Yeah, like you guys are a continuation of all that bullshit. Like you guys are a continuation of all that toxic, violent bullshit that has no place on social media. It has no place on social media. Like, how are you going to be out here asking that question? Like, where are these guys are still alive? Like, yeah, why? Why are you asking, fool? Is that pertinent to you? I think it's irresponsible. You can't come out here doing that. But once again, that's what I think. That's my opinion. I think what you're doing is making yourself a focus now by almost wishing death upon people, and we're not cool with that. We're not cool with that. No, I can have a million thoughts, but I'm going to keep them to myself. I'm not going to publish them and make them public and try to skew someone's thought process. Do you know how many weirdos are out there trying to get validation online that won't think twice about doing some weird shit? Like, why are you giving people ideas, man? Like, that's crazy. Like, and once again, I would not have mentioned it, but then I saw that Slug spoke on it, that he made a video about it. Yeah, that's right, Nightmare Net Bangers, man. Hey, Mag, Terps. But it kind of, what it made me realize, man, is that it truly is a safe place. The internet's truly a safe place. Like, I don't wish anything bad for people, man. I don't wish anything bad for people. But when people are purposely putting themselves in that situation, I'm gonna call it out. And I think that it's wrong to be putting out content where you're asking, why is someone still alive? Like, why hasn't someone been taken care of? Like, why are you asking that? Like, are you prepared? Are you the one that are you going to do something? Are you prepared to be sent to do it? I wouldn't be asking that, especially all of these guys that claim to be in good standing and all of these things. And as a matter of fact, in the video that I'm going to upload, I'll upload it in a little while because I'm trying to let my phone charge. I kind of agree with Ratas for once, but it's at the very beginning of the video. So once it's loaded, you guys will see it. If you haven't, please watch it. Please hit the like. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I've got 21 people watching. Thank you so much for being here. Frank has a million thoughts. I don't know, bro. I think it's weird. But that's one of those don'ts. It's one of those do's and don'ts. We're talking about flagrant actions, flagrant Fridays. Frank Ticas dropping knowledge, talking papas live on a flagrant Friday. That to me is a big no-no. It's a big no-no. Don't be putting out content where you're asking your viewers and then putting it out there, because these are dog whistles. Asking why someone's still alive. Like, how are you gonna ask that? Don't ask that shit. Like, don't make content asking that shit. It's crazy because I'm surprised. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen if anybody besides Slugs has responded. I haven't checked. I don't know. I particularly will not look for that or see if anyone else responded. It's because I saw Slugs' response that I realized that this guy is known, right? Obviously, if it caught Slug's attention, it's because he's seen him before. Putin Ortiz could be its own fertility clinic with the Green J Slaughter. That's right, Mags. Hey, thank you so much, little white ferret. Silver stars, man. You guys are like, what? Do galaxies come in here too? Thank you so much, little white ferret. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you feel better. That's right, Mags. Ill mannered. That's right, ill mannered. Mags, we love ferret. Yeah, we love ferret. Yeah, I think that we need to be careful. We need to be careful. Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, don't get me wrong. No, do I feel or do I believe that there are people that in the flesh, right? And me as a man, as a human being, not thinking, about the spiritual in the spiritual, which is usually what I try to do. I try to balance it out. But there are certain types of crimes that me personally feel deserve like an ultimate resolution, right? No lifelong sentence. No, that's it. Like, hey man, thanks for participating, but you lost that life, right? There are certain crimes that I believe should be considered that way. But none of them have to do with being what these guys are. Now, these guys know the rules that they were abiding to, and if they decided to do what they did, it's on them. It's on them. Hey, Cabo just scored a goal. Cabo just scored a goal. That's crazy. In the last few, well, they still have time though. They still have time. But now Argentina's forced. So they're tied up. They're tied up. They're tied up. They didn't let him go see his family. Hey, that's crazy, man. Good game. It's a good game. All right, I knew you had enough. Your mom's age. Now that I know the whole, if you, yeah, man. What's up, Frank and Chat? What's up? Two times. Nice to see you. That's right. Two times, Shanks. Yeah, look, I'm a proponent for putting out content, putting out what you want to put out. No one's going to tell you what to do. Obviously, I have no control, say whatsoever, over what this other content creator puts out. All I'm saying is, me personally, I would not do that. That to me is a no no, is one of the do's and don'ts. You're not going to come out here and wonder why someone is still alive because of whatever shit they have with their or with the organizations that they belong to. All of that's a part of that game. And if you're still playing that game, then, and if you're asking those questions and you're affiliated, I don't know, like I said, I don't know about this guy that made that video, but what if you're called upon to take care of it because you're asking? Will you be prepared? And if you say yes, then that's kind of strange, man. I think it's strange that anybody that's gotten a second opportunity at life to be out here, to have a family, to start playing those games again. That's another don't for me. That's a don't. Don't do it. Like, why are you doing that? Like, stay safe, stay clean, man. Enjoy life. That's one of the do's of life. Enjoy life. Do what's right by your family. Respect the family, respect your house, respect your last name, respect your parents, respect your wife, your kids. That's a big do. Respect your neighbors, respect your coworkers. It's not that hard. And I know sometimes, it's hard if you're a hothead. It's hard if you're short tempered. It's hard if you're still trying to stand on business. But at the end of the day, you lose more that way. You lose more. You lose more by always being confrontative, always, being on the defensive. I've talked about this in other videos, man. I'm not going to repeat it, but don't be so hung up, and don't let ego get you so messed up that you don't do what's right, that you don't do what's right or what you're supposed to do. Or you decide to stop doing something just because someone, you don't like someone, but you could very easily just ignore. Sometimes we have to sacrifice certain comforts to do the work we're going to do. That's a big do. That's a big do. Not all money is good money. Not all money is good money. We say that a lot. We've said that in the collective. Shout out to ET, man. Shout out to Exposed to Revolution. Shout out to ladies of Exposed to. Shout out to everybody that's putting out their videos. Taco Stain, Hangman Stranger, Terp, Sooner. Shout out to all of you. Katie Frizzle. You know, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I'm a firm believer in you putting out the content that you're going to put out there, in you being successful, in you being able to monetize. I want you to monetize. That's the idea if you're trying to be a content creator. I know ET isn't in it for the monetization, but what we try to do is always show support and be supportive of each other all the time, right? And sometimes channels need a little bit of support to just function, to better, equipment, to improve on things, to get a better camera, better audio. Like, I'm trying to get that. Like, I know I need a better microphone, for example. No, but those are things that are going to come little by little. And I appreciate the support and everything that you guys do for the channel. And by getting more subscribers, like I said, that's why I'm trying to get to 1,000, because I want to be, I want YouTube to pay me. I want YouTube to pay me. I've said this before, and I've said it in a video. I made a video specifically about this, saying that I do appreciate the donations. I appreciate them, but I won't come out here and publicly ask for that. That is a big no to me. That's a don't. That's one of those don'ts. That's one of those things that we see and we criticize. Like, how's it going to look for me to come out here? Hey, we got this inside joke running right now where we're like, who's going to match that? But that's only because we're clowning Johnny Ratas, right? Once the ladies have Exposed to start monetizing and we can give super chats, see, I'm gonna put a super chat and I'm gonna put who's gonna match that. But that does not mean that the ladies of Exposed to are asking for that. We're the ones that are saying it. But in the case of fucking Ratas and Skittles, they're the ones that say who is going to match that. They're the ones that ask. And never once has ET ever asked for a donation. Never once have I asked, I come out here to ask for a donation. And the ladies of Exposed to receive donations for the work that they do, but we contribute to them freely. And if I can, the problem is that the way that money moves, I have to wait until they monetize. Because I'll figure it out. But everybody is helping because we know that the ladies of Exposed to are putting in a lot of work for the community. And those are things that you have to do. Those are the dues. Those are part of the dues, helping out the community, helping out the people that you're creating content for, because at the end of the day, I feel responsible for what I put out there. I know the ultimate responsibility of what goes out there, of what gets posted, is mine. Whatever I let through, lives, whatever, that's why I leave them there. I leave my lives there. I leave my videos there, mistakes and all. Because that's what went out there. That's what you received. That's what I put out. Hey, man, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get exactly who I am. But I'm not gonna come out here asking you guys to donate. I'm not gonna come out here and put out content asking for the death of people. Man, keep that far away from me, por favor. Straight up, like I'm not. You're not gonna see me do that shit, and you're not gonna see me go on. Look, I've got my TikTok account. I have a TikTok account, but you guys hardly ever see me live. And when I have gone live, it's to watch, what people do. But now, but I'm also blocked, so there's really not much I can do with that account. Today ET was live. I saw it. That was cool. When I see certain lives, hey, shout out to Moni. She's out there too. Like she's the only one I really see, and other people that I see on TikTok. But I'm hardly ever there. I don't publish anything with it. I only use it to watch things that people share. You're not gonna see me on TikTok asking you to double tap and to give me a rose. Hey, what's up with the gloves? Hey, guys, come on. All we need is a galaxy. You're not gonna see me do none of that shit. That is a fucking don't. But what you will see me do is ask you to help with whatever it is that we can help with the ladies that we've exposed to, or anything that we're doing out there, or if we're trying to help somebody out. Which right now I have a pretty good idea of doing something, but we're gonna keep it under wraps. Like we're not trying, like we don't do this shit for you guys or anybody to come out here and give us any recognition or to fucking, be cool with people. No, we do it out of the fact that we know that there's a need out there. There's a need out there, man. We're parents. The majority of us have kids we're all working. All of us have jobs. We know what the economy looks like. And thank God when we're blessed, we're able to bless others. And that's what it's all about. Those are the dues of this YouTube shit. Mr. Tika, saludos. I send my respects and full to all the lovely ladies showing support and all the all you ugly mofos. Yeah, that's right, Machete. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for stopping by. Squatters and Alizak Limited. Ratas lives off donations. He gets off TikTok, opens the door, 7-Eleven. Yeah, bro. Straight up. I'm not. That's a big no-no to me. Like, that's a big no-no. You know? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to upload this video as we speak. Tap tap tap. Yeah, man. Tap tap tap. Inflation is rough, but at least you can rely on the spirit change. That's crazy. No, man. Look, that's why I work. And I'm going to continue to work. Obviously, I'm going to continue putting out content. The only time that I will ever stop working is if I win the lottery or if I come up with a million, $2 million, then I can do this completely. But until then, until that happens, I'm gonna continue working and doing my thing. Double tap, aka you got any spirit? Yeah, like shaking the pan in front of him. That's a double tap. Pre Morrissey. That's pre Morrissey. That's right, guys. That's right. Hey, man, shout out to everybody. I got 22 in the building. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's Frank Dicas dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on a Flagrant Friday, man. A lot of people are doing flagrant shit out here. And I only call it flagrant because it's stuff that I believe can cause harm. It's not just stuff that can stay internet related. No, it's stuff that can seep out of the internet. And there have been too many examples of that. I do not agree with people that cannot control their emotions and that explode and end up having victims. I don't agree with that, especially for something as superfluous as YouTube content. Man, I could, if it ever got too serious, I'm packing it up. I don't need that shit because I've got nothing to prove, but I got a family to love and maintain, that's top priority for me, but before any of that could ever happen, so it's a long ways. That's right, Friedman too. Let's see, Machete clout chasers. They'll sell their soul just to catch a little clout. Too busy chasing clout, not enough chasing respect. Yeah, bro. And and I'm gonna be honest with you as well. I'm not chasing respect either. you know, I'm not chasing respect because I think that if you're an honest individual and you watch my channel, you watch my videos, you watch my content, you're going to see it for what it is. You're going to make your own determination of it, and if you respect it and if you rock with it and if through that you also respect me, hey man, that's what it was supposed to be. But I cannot make, or I'm not going to chase after respect, because I think chasing after respect is like the other side of the coin. Like, you can get too caught up in trying to like make people respect you, that you catch all of these fools acting so hardcore that when the time comes for them to truly, put it to the test, they might end up floundering. And I don't want to be in that situation. I'm not trying to be in that situation at all. I'm just trying to put out content. I'm just trying to have a good time with you guys. I'm just trying to share whatever little knowledge I've got with the rest of you and be a participant in the Exposed to Revolution, because we're going to continue doing that too. We're going to continue putting our foot on these fools' necks. And as you can see, the video's about to load. So I'm going to load that video. It's going to come up probably while I'm live. Jay's with the kids. That's right. Jay Mooney's first show is going to be about what really happened to Mel. Hey, Argentina just scored the third goal. Okay, I hope that's it. I can't take it no more. I don't have money on it. I just want Argentina to win. Aha, yeah, Moni's busting a piece. Let's see. Skittles are not on live because their donations are low, but as low as their donations are, they make or break Joker's livelihood. He gets super excited for even $3. That's a chicken. You know what? And the thing is that we believe it would be good to find out. When he talks about PTSD and all of these things, I think that he's getting government checks. He's getting, like, how are you going to be home all day? Like, how in California? I don't care where you live. How are you going to stay home? So someone told me that they get like 3,000, 4,000 a month off of YouTube. 3,000, 4,000 a month off of YouTube for me is a lot of money because of where I live. $3,000, $4,000 from YouTube is not a lot of money if that's what you're living on. I don't think he's living off of the YouTube shit. I don't think so. I think he's getting some kind of assistance. But once again, that's my theory. That is Frank Dika's dropping knowledge is theory. In no way, shape, or form am I speaking on behalf of anybody when I say this. I'm just telling you guys what I think based on how I see that he moves. Let's see, is doing her part two. She gave me a staff one and told me to bring some of the homies on. Yup, Skittles is not like because it's not sustainable to, yeah, it's not sustainable to him anymore. But obviously something's sustaining him. That's my exact point, bro. Is like, he's living off of something. And if it's off of his YouTube videos, then that's cool. But obviously, the $1 million moves was all of the scams that they were going to try to pull off on TikTok, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Give me a second, guys. All right. I'm just trying to hook this up real quick. It's I hope it loads fast. It's not that long. Um, but it will take some time. There was some rough editing. Hey man, if there's some spelling mistakes, I apologize. Give me a second. I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm just gonna upload it. I'll put the rest of the details in later. Okay, there it goes. All right, guarantee Joker spends 1,000 plus on booze monthly, probably. But if he's getting donations for that, then that's what he's doing all of this shit for. Well, he's doing it for all the little extras. And that's okay. But the problem, once again, that we have is how these fools are online, like all the shit that they do, like all the bullshit that they talk about, right? And you guys are gonna see it because I'm about to post a video up with some of that. I hope it correlates to what I'm talking about today. Let's see. Some say proof of the video was too dark to positively ID and looked like it was filmed at a ranch where dogs can be heard scampering and barking in the background. I say 50-50 chance. Okay, Jay Slaughter, that's right. Hey, man, my dog killed a squirrel, Jay Slaughter. My dog killed a squirrel, man. He grabbed it, shook it. We didn't even need to pray it out of her mouth because when she saw that, I was like, hey, hey, hey. She let it go quickly. I get, she thinks they're toys. I think she broke its back, so it died. It took its time before it passed away. Poor little squirrel. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna come out here and do that. So for me, whatever I say is a don't. It's a don't. It's a don't for me. If I think it's a don't for someone, it's because I'm not gonna do it. But once again, anybody can do whatever they want. You can put all the content that you want out there. But if you're being a weirdo, if you're scamming people, if you're lying, if you're being a deviant, you're gonna pop up on the screen eventually. It is what it is. Now what are some of the don'ts that I've said before? What we're against is these fools crashing out drunk on live. And what I've said is, you should not be drinking on live, crashing out, acting stupid, perving out, because it's a bad look. It truly is. And it's not only a bad look, it's a bad influence. If you're actually drunk, like drunk off your rocker, acting stupid, being belligerent, slurring. And we saw those fools doing that even before TikTok came out. Like that was one of the things that originally turned me off about these dudes, is when they were doing their YouTube panels and they were getting drunk and acting stupid. Now, you can drink. I've never been against that. As a matter of fact, one time they tried to criticize, or someone came on my live, I think, and they put something in the comments section about L drinking. L from A Prisoner's Awakening. They asked me about that, and I'm like, I have no problem with people drinking. The problem I have is if you're drinking and you're crashing out and you can't control it and you're acting stupid. And that is why I came out and I drank a few beers the other day, because I wanted to prove a fucking point. I'm going to do whatever I want with my content. And sometimes I'm going to put messages that might take a little time for you to understand. But realize this, you're never going to catch me wishing death upon people, perving, and acting belligerent online because I've had a few beers. You're not. Straight up. You saw me drink a few beers and still run the live and be cool about it. I've seen all of your little bullshit narratives that you're trying to put out there, but it's not the same thing. That's why we can compare. We can compare. And if you have critical thinking, bitches, and I'm talking to you fucking haters out there that try to twist narratives. If you had a little bit of critical thinking, you would understand why your narratives don't work. They don't work. Joker denies it all. In his mind, he's perfect and bound forever. Yeah, bro, he always says that shit. Always says that shit. All the time. What's up, Shane? For your information, Frank, we all know Dub's YouTube career is on the clock and can't sustain itself. Motherfucker is gonna have to get a job for any kind of benefits for a toothache return. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. But once again, I think it's important to understand. I think it's important to understand that in no way, shape, or form am I talking bad about people that are getting government assistance. I have no problem with that. If you need it, if you applied for it and that's what you need, man, get it. I wish there was more public assistance. There should be. There should be. And that's why I agree with taxing the rich. But that's a whole different, that's going to be a whole different video. We're not going to talk about that on this one. That's right. That's right. There should be more assistance. So I'm not even upset about that. What I'm upset about and what I criticize about them idiots is that they get government assistance, but they're constantly voting against it. Like, how are you going to vote against people having access to things when you are a recipient of those things? I do not understand that shit. I don't get it. That to me is a don't. To come out here and try to spin your political narratives when you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're basically advocating for the removal of that one lifeline that you have that's keeping you afloat, bitch. Like, how are you going to fucking talk bad about public assistance and government assistance when it's other people getting it, but you're over here living like a fucking hog, waking up late as fuck, staying drunk all day, because that's what you get your YouTube and TikTok money for, is to drink and eat special things while you're accepting assistance. Because all that talk about prison PTSD, man, all that is a front. All that is the excuse. All that is the facade. If anybody were to come and find out that you're on public assistance, that's going to be your excuse. PTSD. PTSD. Oh, man. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking Papa's live. Flagrant Friday. That's a flagrant foul. Like, how are you going to be so obnoxiously politically incorrect to come out here and talk negatively about the very things that you're taking advantage of, bitch? That's a flagrant foul. That's why I do not believe in trying to press my opinions, my political views on people, or even my religious views. I only tell you guys what I believe in. I tell you guys how I think. But I'm not going to come out here and press that shit and try to force that to anybody. You know what to do. You know the do's and don'ts. You should. And if you knew the do's and don'ts, you wouldn't have done the shit you did, bitch. If you knew the do's and don'ts, you wouldn't have raised your hand for shit that you were not prepared to do. If you knew the do's and don'ts, you would not have done what you did by debriefing and ratting. You would not have done that if you knew and if you respected the do's and don'ts. That's why people criticize you. It's because you talk all of that shit, and all of you other fools that talk so much shit, you guys come out here acting hardcore. Let them trolls jump on the battle boxes making threats and all kinds of crazy ass shit. But you're the first ones to dox, the first ones to SWAT people. You're the ones out here working with law enforcement and detectives. It doesn't make sense to me. That is a big fucking don't. Flagrant Friday, man. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking papas on a Flagrant Friday, man. You guys be doing some foul shit. Straight up. It's not acceptable. And you want to be respected. You want, man, nobody fears that shit. Now, if we talk about the do's and don'ts, would you really be doing this if this was out there on the streets? No, you wouldn't. You are acting exactly the opposite. I've never in my life remember anybody, anyone from a neighborhood, from anywhere, come to me and ask me, hey, what's your CDC, fool? I mean, they might ask for your paperwork if you're questionable, right? But that's a prison thing. Like, how are you going to come out and do it here on the streets? Come on, man. That's a flagrant foul. Argentina won. Hey, too bad, man. Cabo played excellently. Cabo could have gone through, but Argentina won 3-2. Hey, Cabo played really well, man. My respects to Cabo. That was gonna get well-deserved reality check. Yeah, look, yeah, bro. I believe so, and I truly hope it's only economic. I truly hope it's only economic. Anything else that can happen to him, that's gonna be on him. I don't wish death upon people. I just think that people will eventually reap what they sow. if they continue down the same path. If they change their life around, if they turn their life around, if they make amends, they might even be able to escape some of the consequences. People might even look at them and say, you know what, man, just leave him alone. The dude's trying to do good. Fuck it, leave him alone. But some people don't have that kind of credit, you know? But that's between them and the creditor. That's between them and the creditor. That's between them. On Mother's Day, there was a fish fry barbecue at my building on an off-leash Chihuahua mixed for my dog. I was putting holes in him. My boy picked him up by his throat. Oh, really? Oh, I thought you were talking. Thought it was going to be some crazy shit, Jay Slaughter, but I guess it's real. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to go pick up the squirrel after the live. That's the first thing I'm going to do. That's right. Shank's Joker's going to have to shake. Probably, or with Becky. Didn't shake or hurt him at all. I was so proud. He just held him. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, ET? Saludos, Frank and Chat. Hey, man, we're over here, man. You know, Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, talking papas live on a Flagrant Friday. Fools be doing some flagrant shit and then get mad when they're called out, or then people don't respect them for it. You know, we're not going to respect that foul shit. Like you can't think you're gonna be respected because you jump on the phone and you start fucking phone banging or your chat banging. Like who's gonna respect that shit? Who? Nobody. That's a fucking big no. That's a do not. You don't do that, man. Talking about do's and don'ts. Like when was it ever acceptable to do that? Like when would you ever be applauded by people in the know for you to get on the phone and phone bang, for you to get on the chat and chat bang, for you to make AI shit, homoerotic shit? Like, when was that ever, like, hardcore? So I don't understand how you, weirdo, I'm not going to mention your name. That's why I'm never going to get your whole get down of trying to cosplay like you're in good standing, talking about you collect taxes when you're doing all of this weirdo shit. Doesn't fly. It doesn't make sense. And you already know. You already know. You already know that shit. That's a big don't. You know the do's and the don'ts. You know them very well. I knew the do's and the don'ts very well. From the get go. From the get go, you know the do's and don'ts. That's right, ET's in the house. ET, let's see. Yeah, but it's different when I get it because I'm a true patriot. They owe me for the plan. Yeah, for the hunger strikes. E to the motherfucking T. That's right. Yeah, man. Look, once again, if you have a channel, you're gonna put out the content you're gonna put out, whatever you want. I'm nobody to tell anybody what to do with their channels. That's why when people ask me about someone that has a channel, they start asking me about people. It's like, go ask them. Why are you asking me? Like, ask me about me. Don't ask me about some other dude or what some other guy said or I don't. You know, don't ask me about that. Everybody who's putting out their content should be able to defend the content and the reasons for them putting it out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if I'm ever asked, if I'm ever questioned, you know, people can just go through my channel, through my editing tools, and they'll see what's up. No, never have I come out here wishing to death upon someone or threatening someone. Not at all. Not at all. Not once. Not twice. Now, have I talked shit? Yeah, I've talked shit. Have I trolled a little bit? Maybe. But we troll with the truth. We don't troll with lies and fake narratives. Like we may talk shit, and in that talking shit, we'll fucking say some shit that may seem like a narrative. But we're not gonna go out there and fucking do videos with that narrative. Man, nobody gives a fuck about that. I'm here, family. That's right, baby girl. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. It's Flagrant Friday. It's Flagrant Friday. Flagrant Friday, man. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on a Flagrant Friday. Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. I got what, 21 people. Got people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. You know, all the people that have supported, have donated. Thank you so much. Miss Yaya, you know, thanks so much for your donation. Also, Chris, man, thank you so much. Caddy Big Dog. I also saw Mags. You guys, you know, threw some stars and stuff. I don't know what that's all about. That's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, here's one of them. A silver star. Oh, Little White Ferret, too. Little White Ferret, thank you so much. Yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Hey, Windows. That's right, Wind Devil. It's hot. It's hot. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's probably gonna rain. Looks like it's gonna rain. Do's and don'ts, man. There's stuff that I won't do. I just won't do it. Not all money's good money. I enjoy being able to make money off of YouTube. Of course, it feels good. But I'm not gonna come out here and put out a video talking about, hey, why are these fools still alive? Fuck, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit. Flagrant was Louis Picasso when he worked his corner on the blade and Buffalo, and he says, "That's right, hey man." Okay, yeah, that's right, Wendy girl. Okay, hey, let me go ahead and I'm not gonna be here very much longer. Just so you guys know, I will be sharing the link though if anybody wants to jump on. I'm debating over doing a live tomorrow because I know some of you may be taking the day. I'd rather you guys spend it with family, you know. Feed me tube. I love when you. Okay, that's right. And you guys are getting crazier and crazier, man. Come on, you guys ain't right. Yeah, man. So the do's and don'ts that we're taught at home apply to life, apply to everything we do. They can apply to this content creating shit as well. Like, don't put out shit that you wouldn't want people to put out on you. Imagine someone, you know, like you put out a video saying, "Why is this person still alive?" And then some other two, three people come out and say, "Why are you still alive? What's up with you?" That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know. And I know the trolls will fucking do whatever they want. I don't give a fuck about that. No, I'm still waiting for a lot of the shit that they promised that they were gonna do and haven't been able to do. Like I said, I was doing research for the video that I'm putting up right now. You guys are gonna see some old clips, some old video clips a few months ago because I needed some of it to back up the idea of the video. But you know, there are things that we shouldn't be down to do. It doesn't matter. And I know a lot of people like to say, "Oh, this is just the internet. It's entertainment." Man, fuck all that. People have gotten hurt. People have gotten killed over internet shit. You know, a lot of the shit that these fools do are dog whistles for other fucking knuckleheads to crash out. They want to crash out. Why? Because they want to get some notoriety. They're fucking little clout chasers. No, they want their channels to blow up, and the way they do it is by causing a ruckus, doxing, and doing all that weirdo shit. Swatting. Like, man, they swatted ET. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, how are you gonna be in good standing and you're gonna call the cops on someone over content? That's always gonna be crazy to me. Like, how are you gonna hate somebody? Like, man, like these haters that pop out of nowhere. Like, how are you hating? Like, how is it so much easy? Like, how can you be a troll? Is my question. Like, when did you decide to be a troll? Like, once again, you know, I was going over some old videos, and the video that I used today for the video, the old video that I used today to complement the newer content. In that video, Skittles called out Exposed to. He called him out. He called him out in that video, in that live. What Skittles did was he called out Exposed to. He said, "You know what? It's not even about the money. It's not even about the 30,000. Let's just do it for the GP." He was like making some outstanding claims in that video about taking the one on one with ET. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Kingus. All right, sorry about that, guys. So I thought someone was at the door. But anyways, he made a lot of wild claims. He also said he was going to get down with Chill, but now we're seeing him backtrack. Now we're seeing that he's got complications with his health. We knew that was going to happen, man. I said that was going to happen. We've been saying that was going to happen. Even in the live with that Chill jumped on, we talked about it, and I told him, I expressed to him my doubt of Gunner actually jumping in the ring. And I said he's going to use his illness as an excuse. And if you guys saw the video that he put out recently, that's exactly what he used as an excuse, his illness. I made a reaction video to that. These guys, man, are constantly scamming people, doing the most, making threats, doing all kinds of shit, and then expect there not to be any consequences. The world does not work that way. Life does not work that way. The do's and don'ts acquire value as life goes on. You know, straight up. You got to force yourself to start taking accountability and start making the changes to not find yourself constantly in situations where your honesty, where your ethics, where your morals and your principles are constantly being called into question. Like, how could I respect someone, or how can I not call into question someone that instead of having a one on one conversation would rather threaten my kids? You don't do that shit. I would never do that. You know? And what do you, how would I, or how could I respect you or see you as an adult, even though you're a grown ass fucking man? How could I respect you or see you as an adult if the minute I reached out to you, so maybe we can, clear the air, you acted stupid and decided to, I don't know, to start hating, I guess? I can't take you seriously. I can't respect what you do. I can't respect your get down because that's something that you don't do. As a man, you speak your piece, you stand your ground, and you say, "Look, I don't like you, motherfucker, because of this, straight up, and I don't have to like you." And I'll be like, "Cool, don't like me, bitch." But at least let there be some fucking reasons why you're acting like an idiot. Straight up. That's right, Peaceful Sasquatch. Nice to see you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The do's and don'ts, man. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on a Flagrant Friday, man. A lot of flagrant actions going on around. And I ain't down with it. I'm not down with it. I'm not down with it at all. No. So, if something were to happen to someone that has it coming, all I can do is say, "Oh, he had it coming, I guess." But after the fact. But before it happens, before it reaches that person, I'm not going to be out here putting out videos talking about when is this person. Nah. Now, we could do that about their channel. Like, when is this channel going to fall off? But coming out here and asking why these people are still alive, that's a flagrant foul. That's a red flag on the field. Salud. You shouldn't be a part of the game if you're doing that shit. You shouldn't be a part of the game if you're out here phone banging, chat banging, if you're trying to dig up people's paperwork and use it again. Like, that's some cop shit. Like, how can you guys talk about standings and judge people if you're allowing your collaborators to get down like that? Because if you're the main channel, that's right. Hey man, take care, man. I'm almost gone. I'll be off in a few minutes. I won't be on too much longer. If you're the main channel and you have collaborators, you have people that collab with you, and those people that are collaborating with you are doing things that go against your good standing, you can't come out here, clean your hands, and say, hey, that's them, that's them. No, you can't, bitch, because if they're collaborating with you, if they're in there with you, if they're a part of your group, they're a part of your team, then if they're doing all of this weird out, way out shit, trust me, it's going to come back to you. And if you're out here cosplaying like as though you're doing some like good standing shit, you're making yourself a mark. I would not do that. That's a big fucking no-no. You have to know the fucking do's and don'ts. I knew that I would not be able to do that from the moment that I was briefed. Like when I went to, first time in the county and everyone told me exactly what I had to do. You get told and you get told what to do and what not to do. You get told the do's and don'ts. Just like at home. The minute you hit the county, they tell you the do's and don'ts. And those do's and don'ts are pretty much similar throughout the rest of your time, wherever you go. Now, you don't need to be a level 10 warrior to understand the do's and don'ts. You don't. You don't. All you need to do is hit a main line and have these dudes reach out to you once they figure out who you are and where you stand. Once you're with that group, they will give you the rundown. They will tell you this is what you got to do. You get the do's and don'ts, and you have to abide by that shit. So all of you dudes out here that didn't abide by the do's and don'ts, that's on you. Whatever retribution or repercussion comes from that, that's on you. But I particularly don't care. I don't. I hope you guys take advantage. I hope you guys take the second opportunity and do what's right by it. I think in particular, I think Slugs has done the right thing. I look at, for example, Chill. I know that he's in as far as good standing is concerned. I think he's in good standing. I don't think he has anything against him. And I wish him well. But even if he had, I wouldn't really care because he's not out here acting a fool. He's not out here perving. He's not out here like wishing death upon people. He's not out here scamming people. And that's what we're against. That's what we won't do. Like, you can drink all you want, but if you're going to drink and come out here and be belligerent and cuss people out and start threatening people and start gangbanging and perving out, we're going to call that shit out. I'm not going to call you out for drinking. I mean, back when we had the collective and, with the first version of Ladies of Exposed to, wasn't one of those persons always drinking? It is what it is. No one said shit. Because it wasn't getting out of hand, they weren't being belligerent in front of the camera. Now, you guys have to understand what it is that we're talking about here. We're talking about the do's and don'ts. Now, as an adult, yeah, you can drink. I hear these fools say, I'm a 48-year-old man. I can drink in my house. Yeah, you can. Nobody gives a fuck if you drink in your house. It's preferable that you drink in your house because a DUI does. That fool gets drunk, gets behind the wheel, and fucking almost causes a car accident. So, yeah, we'd rather see people drinking at home. And you can drink all you want in front of the fucking camera. But the minute you start acting stupid, the minute you start making threats, the minute you start doing all of that, that's when it becomes a flagrant situation, and we're going to call you out straight up, you know? So I don't give a fuck about all your little narratives. Oh, Frank became the person that he's so criticized. Nah, bitch. Because you don't see me drinking now. But I drank online in front of you, told you how many beers I had drunk, told you how many I was on to prove a point. If you can handle your liquor and if you can be in front of the camera without disrespecting your viewers, without wishing death upon people, without perving out and doing all of these things, more power to you. Now, if I talk shit to the trolls, it's because you had it coming, bitch. It is what it is. Frank Tica's dropping knowledge, stocking papas live on the Flagrant Friday. I hate bike cops worse than horse cops, but mobility scooter cops are leagues worse than both combined. Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, bro. That's right. Hey, man. So shout out to everybody that showed up, everyone that's watching. If you haven't hit the like, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm going to continue coming on the lives every day. I'm thinking about tomorrow because I know it's the 4th of July. I'm sure people are going to want to spend time and chill and kick it with their families. I might still do a live. I'm debating on whether earlier or later. But regardless of that, I just want to thank every single one of you, those that have subscribed to my channel, those that watch my channel, that hit the like, that leave a comment. Ladies of Exposed Tube, the Exposed Tube Revolution, ET, man, thank you guys so much for your support. Everyone that's watching, everyone that's in the chat, thank you so much for your donations as well. I truly appreciate that. I really do, all I can say is that, I thank you for your kindness and for considering me to donate. So shout out to everybody, man. I'm going to call it a night. We're going to continue tomorrow. Stay tuned for that video. I don't know if it's loaded yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, it is loaded. So hey, my video's loaded up. If you have, please go check it out. Please go watch it. The like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We will continue doing what we do. That's right, peaceful. Shout out to everyone. Catch you guys on the live with the Exposed Tube later on tonight. And until next time, like I always say,